Good to have you back with us right here on Business Day. Now, one stock which really deserves a mention in today's session is the Standard Chartered. Well, that's a counter that's actually listed across the globe. We have a London listing for that as well as Hong Kong. And that counter, in fact, has seen a sharp dropping in today's session. For the Indian IDR, that was the counter close was locked in on the lower circuit. In fact, in Hong Kong, it lost close to 15%, pardon me. And for the London listing, which of course is still going on, we've got the counter that's down by close to 24% in trade right now. And the reason behind the counter falling the most in almost 24 years is that it's being accused of violating US money laundering laws over its dealings with Iranian banks. Standard Chartered may in fact lose its license to operate in New York State after the Department of Financial Services found the bank conducted $250 billion of deals with Iranian banks over 7 years and earned hundreds of millions of dollars in fees for handling transactions for institutions subject to US economic sanctions. The London-based lender today rebutted the allegations, saying that it strongly rejects the position and portrayal of facts made by the regulator.
Well, up until now, Standard Chartered was seen as a safe haven for the global banks. They were not tarred with any scandals or any allegations, and as a result, they traded above peers because of this. This, however, does take them down a notch and could result in a derating of the stock. They just need to make sure that their compliance are in line with the U.S. regulations, and those U.S. regulations are often much more difficult and much more tight than what you see in other countries. So that's something they just need to make sure that they're on par with.
Okay, let's move away from that and get you some exclusive news then. Now, after a failed IPO for its undersea cable business in Singapore, Anil Ambani's Reliance Communications is exploring various options to meet its debt repayment obligations. The company's net debt of nearly 36,000 crore rupees is more than 5 times its gross profits, making it the most indebted company in the Indian telecoms industry. Mohit Bhalla joins us with more exclusive details on that. Hi, Mohit.
That's right. In fact, we understand that obviously the IPO of the undersea cable business that Reliance Communications was looking to float in Singapore, of course, failed, and there were huge expectations from that IPO. Reliance Communications was looking to raise up to $1 billion through that IPO, and obviously it would have helped them substantially reduce their debt burden, which, like you said, sits at about 36,000 crore rupees, making them the most leveraged company in the telecom sector, at least amongst listed peers. Now, what we do understand is that Reliance Communications has in fact approached State Bank of India for a restructuring package. They're looking at restructuring some of their short-term borrowings worth 3,000 crore rupees. These essentially have maturity of 3 to 6 months. They're looking at actually rescheduling these loans into long-term debt with a maturity of 3 to 5 years. That's the sort of tenor they're looking at. Additionally, they're also looking at about 1,000 crore rupees as fresh capex as part of this entire loan package. So clearly, the company does need to ensure that it can take care of those huge debt servicing obligations that are coming up shortly. Obviously, the IPO failing has not helped their plans at this point in time, and we'll have to see if SBI actually goes ahead and proves that deal.
Sure. Thanks very much, Mohit, for, of course, getting us all those exclusive developments for Reliance Communications. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Business Day. Thanks very much for tuning in, and keep it with ET now for all the latest developments.